Most folks don't even realize just how close the Dallas Cowboys are to sealing a massive $30 million deal that could flip our defense upside down faster than a burger at a Sunday tailgate. It's the kind of move making the rest of the NFL break out in a nervous sweat. But here's the wild part. This all comes right after a star wide receiver was cut loose, completely reshaping the outlook for our 2025 offense. Today, I'm diving deep into this shocking negotiation, the wideout shuffle, and how it all ties into our playoff ambitions. I'm your guy right here in Dallas, a lifelong fan who's been bleeding blue since the Staubach days and those 3 glorious titles in the 90s. I track every whispered trade and highlight like it's second nature. So listen close, because the twist involving Jerry Jones and that quiet Trey Hendrickson rumor might just blow your mind. It's the missing piece that could turn this squad into a juggernaut. Stick around, Cowboys faithful. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Buckle up, Cowboys Nation, because these last few weeks have been one wild ride straight out of AT&T Stadium. The latest buzz in Cowboys news centers around that commanding victory over the Jets. Our offense looked like a fireworks show under the Friday night lights. Dak Prescott was dealing darts, and George Pickens was snagging touchdowns like it was backyard practice. The man's already hit 5 scores this season, putting him in company with legends like Amari Cooper and Terrell Owens. That's the kind of highlight reel that keeps Dallas fans riding high. But behind the celebration, the real storm is brewing. The $30 million negotiation heating up quicker than asphalt in August. Word around the league is that Dallas is eyeing Trey Hendrickson, the Bengals' relentless pass rusher entering his final contract year and itching for a Super Bowl contender. Jerry Jones dropped subtle hints on 105.3 The Fan, teasing that the front office is exploring every opportunity ahead of the November 4th deadline. With the draft assets we picked up from the Micah Parsons trade, yeah, that one still stings. We're sitting in prime position to make a splash. An AFC executive told Between the Hashmarks that Hendrickson would fit perfectly in Matt Eberflus's defensive scheme. With the Bengals sliding downhill without Joe Burrow, a mid-season sell-off seems inevitable. Hendrickson already has 4 sacks this year and nearly 40 since 2023. He's the real deal. And just when that bombshell lands, another one hits, the wide receiver shakeup. Paris Campbell is back in Dallas for a second run after being released elsewhere. It's a quiet but meaningful move that bolsters our already stacked receiver group, especially with CeeDee Lamb reportedly nearing a return from his ankle sprain. Stephen Jones hinted on the radio that Lamb could be back in uniform against the Panthers this Sunday. With no trip to injured reserve and full-speed practices resuming, hope's in the air. Meanwhile, Javonte Williams has been nothing short of explosive. 447 yards, 5 touchdowns, ranking top 3 in the league. The Cowboys' offense is averaging over 400 yards a game, leading the entire NFL. Defensively, we wrecked the Jets' pocket, recording a blistering 50.9% pressure rate, our highest of the season. Dante Fowler and Jack Sanborn graded out strong on PFF. Yet, despite those highs, we're dead last in total yards allowed. That's the paradox of today's Cowboys, a roaring offense and a defense on wobbly legs. Ranking 32nd against the pass isn't just a stat, it's a gut punch. Since Micah Parsons was traded, that edge, that fear factor that used to rattle quarterbacks has evaporated. Our pass rush feels dull, and the secondary keeps getting torched. It's a painful truth for a franchise that built its pride on defensive dominance. And to pile on, the injury bug won't quit. It's not 1 or 2 names, it's a whole lineup. From special team spark plug Kevontae Turpin to key rotational players, every new injury update adds to the unease throughout the fan base. The headlines have become a carousel of setbacks, breeding quiet anxiety throughout the fan base. We all remember the offseason optimism, the trades, the signings, the hype that this year would finally be different. But now the shine's faded. Penalties keep stacking, frustrations bubbling. Even Jerry's usual theatrics feel less like showmanship and more like smokescreens for the deeper issues beneath the surface. There's tension building in that locker room, a silent challenge for someone, anyone, to step up and stop the bleeding. The silence after a big play allowed is deafening. So let's break it down, Cowboys Nation. This isn't just about stats or rumors. It's about what this team means to us, the fans who live and breathe the silver and blue through every heartbreak and every Sunday miracle. This isn't just about the wins, losses, or the playoff percentages scrolling across the ticker. This is about identity. For decades, being a Cowboys fan meant carrying an unshakable expectation of greatness even when glory stayed just out of reach. It's been woven into who we are. But this defensive collapse, it's more than bad numbers. It chips away at the soul of the franchise. It makes you question what the star on the helmet still stands for. Think back to the swagger of the 90s dynasty, the dominance, the confidence, the unspoken belief that every Sunday belonged to Dallas. Right now, it feels like we're chasing that ghost, searching for a spark of that old fire that once defined us. Every missed tackle, every blown coverage, it's not just another play slipping away, it's another crack in our collective faith. The front office had moments to fortify the line, to send a message that screamed, "We're all in." But hesitation ruled the day. And in the NFL, hesitation is the silent killer. This isn't just a slump, it's a defining crossroads. Do we have the leadership, both on the turf and in the executive suite, to steer this team back on course? Or are we fated to remain the franchise that talks big but wilts when the lights burn brightest? That answer will shape this entire era of Cowboys football far more than any single Sunday outcome. So, I've got to ask, deep down, what's the one change you need to see to believe this ship can still turn around? Now, imagine this, a twist that could rewrite everything. Here's the suspense. What if Jerry Jones is about to pull the trigger on Trey Hendrickson, a 2025 contract bombshell that could reshape our defensive front? Stick with me, because this could be the move that changes it all. And hey, if this deep dive has given you that insider edge on Dallas Cowboys news and rumors, go ahead, smash that subscribe button, keep the conversation alive, and drop a comment below. Do you think Hendrickson's bound for Big D? Let's debate it out. All right, Cowboys faithful, time to talk real solutions. Fixes tied directly to our biggest pain points. First off, that $30 million Hendrickson deal. It's the cure to our pass rush struggles. His presence fills the void Micah Parsons left behind, brings pressure, stacks sacks, and forces turnovers. With compensatory picks lined up for the 2025 draft, we've got the capital to make the move without mortgaging the future. Jerry's post-Jets comments practically shouted action. He said we're ripe for a resurgence, and he might be right. Add to that George Pickens flourishing in his groove, his energy and production easing pressure off the offense, especially once CeeDee Lamb returns. Javonte Williams rediscovering his rookie explosiveness stabilizes the run game and opens play action for Dak, reducing secondary exposure. Meanwhile, the latest roster tweaks like Paris Campbell's return add valuable depth. Young defensive backs like Kaiir Elam and Reddy Stewart are grading better each week, showing promise in Eberflus's system. Scouts say Hendrickson's skill set is a perfect schematic match. It's all connected, y'all. Cause and effect. The upcoming bye week will give guys like Turpin, Wilson, and others time to heal. On the offensive line, unexpected chemistry between Hoffman and Bass have helped keep Dak upright. Combine that with a wide receiver group stacked with Pickens, Lamb, and Campbell, and this offense suddenly looks dangerous against New England. Analysts are even predicting a historic Brandon Aubrey extension to keep our clutch kicker locked in. Trade rumors hint at more moves, maybe Greg Newsman for cornerback help, or more reps for Jaden Blue at running back. The message is clear. Act fast before the trade window slams shut. Turn that 32nd ranked defense into a top 10 powerhouse. For us longtime fans, nostalgia hits hard. Those 90s walls of dominance still echo in our minds, and maybe, just maybe, this is the rebuild that restores them. Jerry's never shied away from bold moves, so expect fireworks soon. In the end, these are the answers to our struggles. Trade for an edge rusher, get healthy, ride the breakout stars. Dallas isn't done. The fire's still burning, ready to shake the stands. What a ride it's been, from whispers of a blockbuster deal to the wide receiver shuffle. This latest wave of Cowboys news has us all on edge heading into the Panthers matchup. If this breakdown lit that spark and gave you fresh insight into the Cowboys' game plan and hidden strategies, do me a favor, subscribe, drop your trade deadline predictions, and share this with your crew. So, tell me, what's your call on Jerry's next move? Let's keep the Dallas Cowboys news and rumors rolling, Cowboys Nation.